Hello, boys and girls. It is Mr. Boland, and I am going to explain what you need to do with your checklist for weeks 3 and 4. So you already have 2 weeks under your belt at this point, so you should be feeling a little bit better about all the things on the iPad and some of those things that are in your bag. But you do have a brand new checklist for weeks 3 and 4, so I did want to go over it to explain it with you. So if we look closely, just like in the first 2 weeks, the first thing you need to do is you need to Zoom with your teacher at 9:20. So at 9:20, you better be out of bed, teeth brushed, breakfast ate, snuggy snugged, and ready to learn. So you're gonna go ahead and grab your iPad, turn it on, get to that home screen, and then once again, you're gonna find your teacher to Zoom. If you're on Miss Allen, you'll click on Miss Allen. If your teacher's Mr. Boland, you can click on Mr. Boland. If your teacher's Mrs. Houselot, you can click on Mrs. Houselot. And if your teacher's Miss Rodigan, you should click on Miss Rodigan. So once you click on that Zoom, you will be in our morning meeting Zoom once again, and you'll need to stay inside that Zoom until we tell you that it's time to go. Once we tell you it's time to go, you're okay to get your marker out and check off that first box. If we look closely, the next thing we need to do is read to self. This is a brand new activity for you to try. In your book bag, we gave you a bunch of little books for you to read. We in kindergarten love to read, and one of our favorite times to read is during read to self time. When it's time to read to self, you're gonna grab your books, find a really comfy spot in your house to read. My favorite spot to read is right next to my bed. Not on my bed, because that's when I only sleep in my bed when it's time to sleep, but right next to it. It's so comfy for me. So I lay down right next to my bed. I got all my books. I got my stuffies, and I just start reading quietly. I don't read out loud. I just read in my head. I look at all the pictures. I point at all the words. And sometimes I come across words that I don't know. You might have that situation too when you're reading and you're like, I don't know what this word is. Well, if that happens, it's okay to just skip on over it and just keep on reading the words you do know. This should be a fun activity for you because it's a good time to just browse through books, look at pretty pictures, and try our best with reading. I want you to do that for about 10 to 20-ish minutes. You can ask your parents to set a timer for you so you know how long you should be reading. Once you're done with that, you can check off the box. Next, we need to go to Seesaw again. So you're gonna need to grab your iPad out, turn it on, swipe up, and find your little Seesaw app, which is at the bottom, always, always, always. Always at the bottom. Go ahead and give that a push, and you are once again into Seesaw. So remember, whenever we have an activity, we are gonna go ahead and click on our light bulb. We're gonna listen to the instructions, and then once it's time to work, we're gonna go ahead and press that green plus. Once you're done with your Seesaw and you turn it in, you can grab your checklist and check off your Seesaw box. Next, it's time to Zoom with Miss Peters again. So I need you to ask your parents what time it says on your sheet, because each sheet's a little bit different at what time we need to go. This sheet says 10 to 10:15. So once 10 o'clock comes, it's time to grab your iPad, go to the home screen, and then find Miss Peters' face. Her face will probably be over here. We're still waiting for her picture to come. But once it comes, you'll just click on her face on the iPad, and it will take you right to Miss Peters' Zoom. Miss Peters is gonna go ahead and check over your Seesaw, answer any questions you maybe had with your Seesaw, and just overall help you while learning at home. She's a really, really kind person, so I hope you enjoy working with her as much as I do. Once Miss Peters says it's time for you to go, you can go ahead and check off the box next to her face. And as we move on, we once again see that star, and that star means choice board time. So I'm gonna find my choice board. Remember, my choice board has 4 colors, green and blue, We already did the green and blue ones though in weeks 1 and 2. So we're really gonna focus on the purple ones and the pink ones. So for week 3, we're gonna go through our purple ones. We have some letter puzzles for you to do. We have some worksheets for you to work on that are gonna help you be a better reader. And then in week 4, we have some more activities for you. This one down here has a QR code. If you take your iPad and you find your QR reader, which is on the second page, you just have to swipe on over. You press this little button, and that'll set up the QR reader. You need to press OK, and then if you hold up your camera to that box, like so, it will go ahead and take you to the video that we want you to watch. That video is called Zoophonics, and you're gonna learn all about the sounds that the letters make. Remember, you're only doing one choice board activity per day. So once you're done with your one activity for the day, you're gonna go ahead and you're going to press check, and you can move on. Remember, this is a really good time for you to take a break. So you can go for a little run outside, maybe do some jumping jacks, maybe give that Snuggie one more big snuggle because you just miss it so much. Eat a snack, say hi to your parents, see how they're doing on their day. And then once you feel like you're ready to come back to work, come back to that special spot in your house. If we look at our checklist, we are at specials. So remember, our specials are music, art, Phi-Ed, and media. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna open up your Seesaw. And remember, when we wanna go to our specialist, we're gonna press our name in the upper corner, and there will be a list of classes that you will have. One of them will be music, one will be art, one will be Phi-Ed, and one will be media. You're gonna press on the class that you are in for the day. Remember, we'll always tell you what class that you're in. It'll be the same all week. You're gonna click into their Seesaw and they'll have an activity for you to do. Once you turn in that Seesaw activity, you can go ahead and press with your marker and draw a check mark next to specials. Now it is time for math. Remember, math is on the Smart Suite slides. So you're gonna open up your iPad, go to your home screen, you're gonna press the blue clever icon. Every time we get this camera, so you're gonna press the blue box, and then you're gonna press the colorful G. You're gonna click on your teacher's face, and then you're gonna click on our colorful circle. This will open you in to our Smart Suite slides. Once you're in our Smart Suite slides, click over until you see the math video. From there, you can press play and you'll watch a video about the math that we're talking about for the day with a short explanation of the worksheet you need to do. Once you're done watching that video, get out your marker and check next to math. Now it's time to do our math workbook page. Remember, our math workbook pages are in our math workbook. Parents may have ripped out the pages for you, which will be super helpful for you to keep organized on which sheet you need to do. As you go through, you're gonna have to find the right page that we talked about in the video and then complete that worksheet the best you can. Once you're done with your math workbook page, you can go ahead and check it off. If we look, we've added something else now. Now there's another Seesaw activity. This Seesaw activity is your math Seesaw activity. So make sure you don't do your math Seesaw activity in the morning because you won't know what you need to do because we haven't taught you yet. But if you save it for after you do your math, you'll be ready to rock and roll. So you open up your iPad, you press Seesaw, and you go to your light bulb, And there you will see the math seesaw activity. Remember to listen to the instructions and to press the green plus when you're ready to get started. Once you press done, you can go ahead and cross it off your list. Down here, we have a new person. This person's name is Mrs. Palingo, and she is gonna help you with your reading and your words and your writing. So every card has a different time that you will need to sign in on. So make sure you ask your parents what time you need to go check in with Mrs. Palingo. When it's your time to check in, you're gonna open up your iPad and you're gonna find her face on your home screen. Just like you did with us in the morning, you'll find her picture, press it, and that'll take you right into her Zoom. In there, she's gonna help you with some cool activities that she has planned. She'll also be able to answer any questions you have in regards to reading, words, or writing. Once Mrs. Palingo says it's time for you to go, you can go ahead and press the check with your marker. The last thing on your day is yes time. Yes time is super fun. In yes time, you get to rotate between 3 different subjects. They are yoga, science, and social studies. Well, you'll know exactly which one you're gonna do because you're gonna take your iPad, you're gonna open it up like you always do, and you're gonna go back to those Smart Suite slides. Those Smart Suite slides are in Clever. Remember, every time we open Clever, we have to go through these 2 pushes, the blue box and the colorful G. Then click on your teacher's face, press the Smart Suite, and then get yourself all in there. And then once you're in, you're gonna click on over and you will have one of the 4 kindergarten teachers teaching you yoga, social studies, or science. There may be a seesaw activity that you need to do, and they'll let you know inside the video. If you have one, you'll need to pop on over to Seesaw to complete it. If not, just watch the video, and then you're good to go. Once you're all done, you can check off yes at the bottom, and then everything on your checklist is done. And then you can go have as much fun as you want, although you are probably having a ton of fun learning with us, but I know sometimes it's more fun to be outside. So you are free to go outside, eat dinner, hug your mom, hug your dad, hug your puppy, hug your cat, and enjoy the rest of your day because you have completed week 3 and week 4 of kindergarten.